So we're getting close to the halfway point in November, which means that the holidays are right around the corner, and I thought it would be an appropriate time to really talk to you guys about happiness and ways that maybe you can improve your happiness, or if you're feeling a little bit down, how you can possibly reverse that. I've been watching a lot of like TED Talks recently and documentaries on Netflix, and a lot of them have to do with happiness and how you can improve your own personal happiness just by changing a few things around. Obviously, I'm not like a psychologist at all. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a girl who really loves to read scientific articles and learn more about my brain and how I can improve it myself. And I really, truly just wanted to let you guys know these tips I have for you about happiness in general and how you can improve your own little personal store of happiness. Because I know a lot of people get super down around the holidays. Maybe you can't spend them with your family or your friends. They can just kind of be a bummer for some people, and I really want to try to reverse that, and I thought I would make this video hoping to show you how you can. So I have my notes right here. If you see me looking down or kind of like off in a corner, I'm probably most likely reading my notes. So when I was doing this research, there were 3 major things that seem to have an overall say in how our happiness levels are kind of based. The most notable thing that I kept seeing was genetics. Obviously, genetics have something to do with happiness, but I didn't know it was as strong as it truly is. It looks as though around 50% of your overall happiness levels come from your genetics, but there are 2 other pretty strong factors as well that go into happiness. The littlest one being circumstantial factors, which means your circumstances, your personal living situation, your life circumstances personally as they are right now, they affect your happiness, but it sounds like they only affect it like 8 to 10% overall, which means that circumstantial factors really don't have like that much of a say in your overall happiness. They do have some say in it, but not nearly as much as genetics. And then the other big one, the other big factor in your overall happiness seems to be your own personal intentional behaviors and activities, which means you, like you right there watching this video, you have a say in your happiness. Intentional behaviors and activities play into happiness, not as much as genetics do. They contribute to about like 35 to 45% of your overall happiness level, which is a huge amount that is really up to you. The way that you conduct your life, the way that you live, the actions you take, you really have a say in how that plays into your overall level of happiness. In this video, I'm going to show you some ways that you can actually improve your overall happiness and hopefully feel a little bit more chipper every day. So the first tip I have for kind of improving your overall happiness, I was going to say healthiness, but I guess that has to do with it too, it would be to kind of treat your body with respect. I grew up in a household that was not the most healthy in the world. I ate kind of like the quickest, easiest foods, and I didn't really exercise because I didn't like it, and I didn't really drink that much water because there were always tastier things to drink. I didn't know what it felt like to be healthy. I didn't even know the difference. So although it might be obvious to some to eat healthy, to feel healthy, it wasn't obvious for me. I didn't know what that was like. It got to the point where I had been eating too much unhealthy stuff for too long. I started to feel super self-conscious and my skin was breaking out. Once I switched up my diet a little bit, made a more direct focus on my health, I noticed an overall improvement in pretty much everything. My skin has dramatically improved. I'm drinking a ton of water. Oh, you can't, I didn't put that there. I have these huge like 1.5 liter water bottles that I try to drink 2 of every day. When you're eating unhealthy processed foods consistently and all the time, you almost forget what it feels like to be healthy, and you kind of you look at yourself in the mirror and you feel down about yourself and you don't know why. You don't like being outside because you're embarrassed about yourself. And these things, when you start to eat healthy and you start to exercise and really make your health a priority, those things reverse themselves almost immediately. At least it did for me. When I'm feeling healthy, happiness just kind of goes hand in hand with it. When I'm feeling unhealthy, unhappiness comes right along with it. So first tip would definitely be to focus on your health for your happiness. So the second tip I have is to actually catch the negative thoughts as they come up. I know that we're all prone to pessimism every so often. I'm a pessimistic person sometimes, and sometimes we are just blue. Like, we just have low moods. If you catch yourself in the moment having a bad thought, it's that much easier to reverse it. So if a negative thought comes up and you catch it right when it's happening, what I suggest is to make yourself think of positive things that also have to do with that negative thought. So for example, let's say you go into Starbucks, you order a coffee, and the barista totally gets your order wrong, like completely wrong. You could be pessimistic about it and be like, wait, she totally did this wrong. I hate this coffee. This is the worst thing I've ever tried. Or you could focus on the positive and be like, okay, well, you know, it was just that one coffee. She spelled my name right, so that's a plus. It has caffeine in it. If that's my goal, then I'm waking up from this, obviously. So as long as you catch those negative thoughts as they're coming up and you're more aware that they're happening, it's that much easier to fix them and to reverse them. You can't fix something that you don't even acknowledge the existence of. So that would be my second tip. Just catch the negative as it comes up and try to reverse it with a positive thought. My third tip is going to be give and be grateful. Dozens and dozens of separate studies show that giving or donating or volunteering significantly boosts your happiness levels. Can you not? You're gonna burn yourself. You're gonna knock those over. You're gonna spill wax everywhere. I'm gonna be really upset. You feel good because you helped somebody who's in a worse situation than you. So helping the community by giving something of yours to somebody who needs it more than you is an amazing step to take if you do want to feel happier. And what goes along with that is being grateful. So more studies have shown that the more gratitude you give, the more thankful you are for the things that happen, it makes it that much easier to see happiness as it comes up. Just kind of take a journal maybe and write down the things you're thankful for before you go to bed, especially with Thanksgiving right around the corner. Maybe you can come up with a list and read it on Thanksgiving. I think that's a seriously good idea. Really reflect on what makes you feel good. Like, what happened today that made you happy in that one moment? And I think showing gratitude is a huge step to improve your overall happiness because it makes you examine the happy things in life instead of the sad things in life. The fourth step would be to surround yourself with positivity and optimism and happiness yourself to kind of feel that kind of secondhand happiness that totally spurs your own happiness. I think we all have a few of those friends out there who are kind of Debbie Downers, like negative Nancy's all the time. Those are the people that you don't want in your life if you're trying to seriously improve overall happiness. Because when you surround yourself with those people, it's really kind of like, it's eye-opening in a negative way. Like, you become more noticeable to all the bad things in the world. You become more noticeable to everything that's going wrong in your life or their life. So surrounding yourself with positive people and optimistic people, happy people, that's a huge step to take when you want to improve your overall happiness, because it kind of has the same effect but in a positive way. The fifth and final tip I have for you is to make happiness a habit. If you make all these steps kind of habitual, you won't have to fake it till you make it. But that has been shown to actually improve overall happiness as well. I wouldn't say I'm an unhappy person. I tend to kind of lean more optimistic than I think a lot of people do. But, you know, I have low days as well. I think everybody has bad days, even if they're kind of like me and they kind of lean more happy. But even on those bad days, I feel overall better if I try to be happy. And research has shown that as well, that if you try to be happy, it makes your happiness actually come. So I think making all of these tips habitual is a huge step to that, and definitely overall improves overall happiness levels as well. Make all these steps habitual and I swear you're gonna feel a huge difference in your overall view of life. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys get on the right track and in the right direction of happiness. If this video did help you feel at least a little bit more happy, or it gives you kind of a direction in which to start, please hit the like button because it makes me feel like I did something to help others. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please comment down below or send me a message. I'm always available via Twitter or anything really to talk to you guys about that kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for my next one. Bye!